misinformation and propaganda. That's all they do. Untruths. Nothing of substance. So I will not waste time responding to you. I will not. I will not at all, at all, at all. The time now is too precious. I just started. I'm 1.5 viewers. I'm sure I am at least 100,000 people in St. Lucia watching on television right now as I speak. I'm almost certain. So I will not waste time with you guys. There are too many important matters to discuss. You all come up with all kind of lies, believing you all will sensationalize the electorate. Folks, let me just say this. My intelligence revealed that the United Workers' Party and their zealots was supposed to have released another propaganda about me this week. They were supposed to have released a concocted story about me this week. Something totally untrue. You remember when they made up the story and say I have a 3-day visa? That was never true. You remember when one said I had a stroke and I'm at the hospital, and that was never true? Those are the kind of outrageous stories they make up. They make up the stories, and they made up one. They were supposed to release it this week. They'll probably release it next week. But I was waiting for it. I was waiting. They don't even know I was waiting. Let me tell you all what the story is. They would make up a story. They would cook it nicely. They would bake it. And then they would send a man forward. Which man, I don't know. My intel, because I know fellas say they're not getting involved in that. They would cook up a story and send a man forward. Somebody will take the bait because larger. They'll send a man forward. And the man will reveal the story. Now, that reminded me. In fact, I'll first say, folks, anything that is untrue cannot withstand any kind of questioning. If something is true, it is true, it's realistic, it's factual, there is no deviation. Once a story is concocted, it cannot stand up to questioning. Never. Never. And it reminded me one time when the police were investigating the death of Gobat. I got a call. A man said, and he's at the station, I was involved in Gobat. And he knows that for a fact. He drove me in my vehicle and blah, blah, blah. Well, I run to the station. I want to know what's going on. I want to know the man. Let me tell you. I believe he was paid, but he never said who paid him. When questions started coming down on him, which vehicle did you drive? The vehicle he said he drove, I had sold it years before. When did that happen? The time he said it happened, I was out of Ireland. He said we had the conversation at home. How did he enter my home? He can't remember. They drove him around my house and asked me to take out all vehicles. I took them out. The man didn't even know my home. So it was my turn. He eventually said, it's not true. He made up a story. But he didn't say who paid him. He didn't say who paid him. And I rather suspect somebody was trying to derail the people investigations. It was my turn. I told the police, I am not backing down. He must be charged for wasting police time. He must be charged. I insisted he be charged. And he was charged. And guess what? He was sentenced to 2 or 3 years imprisonment. The records are there. He's from Labrie. His name I can't remember. Retired Superintendent Brian Samuel was the one investigating and who did the charging. So Brian Samuel will have all the information. So when you all want to make up stories, make sure you all are prepared, those who are involved, to take a piece of imprisonment. Make sure you are prepared to go to jail. I will not back down. I will not back down. You flambos are too dangerous. You all are too dangerous in your quest for power. So I'm ready. I was expecting the propaganda to start. It has not started. But I look forward to that man coming forward. I look forward. Because once he comes forward, he and us, he'll have to say who is involved. And we are not backing down. All will be arrested. ALL, all those involved in the plot will be arrested. And I will not back down. You all are too bad. You know? And that is the kind of things, the extent to which you all go in your quest for power. That is what you all do in your quest for power. Destroy him if we have to in your quest for power. Just make up any story. Take a man picture and say, I been the man. Say I do this, say I do that, say I do the other. Send somebody to the police and say I do this. But whoever is involved, I'm not backing down. Huh? It's now a criminal offense. And I was involved in it before. I was. And I did not back down. The man was sent, I think it was 3 years, either 2 or 3 years imprisonment. So come and come good. Because I look at the dishonesty that seemingly pervades the entire United Workers' Party. Run a clean election. Say things that are true. Say things that are true. I see one wrote, I don't even have time for that. Everybody knows that I sued the government when they took my vehicles and I was awarded $50,000. So if I was wrong, why would the court award me money? You know, and that is the kind of thing. But I don't have time to respond to that. You know, but it is the kind of dishonesty. It is disheartening. It is disheartening to know that you people are engaging in that kind of thing just to come at others who you know you all cannot beat at the polls. But you know, I'll tell you one thing. God is alive and well, and he sees and knows it all. He sees and knows it all. You know, he sees and knows it all. Oh yeah, the guy I spoke of, that's his name, right? Good, good. Look, they sent me the name of the fella that was sent to prisoner. I just get his name already. For making up a story on me. For making up a story on me. I'll not call his name now. But he was sentenced to 2 or 3 years in prison. I'm not sure if it's 2 or if it's 3. For making up a story on me. I did not back down. You hear me? Make up your own story. Be prepared to go to jail. You're going too far. And it is that kind of dishonesty for politics. Even resorting to manipulating what transpired through artificial intelligence to sway public opinion in your favor. What does that have to do with the performance of a government by which the electorate judges us? And all you all do is try to fool the people. Fool the people, fool the people, fool the people. You know, I mean, Guy Mayers is one of them too. He's one of them, spewing a whole load of garbage and untruths. I mean, Guy Mayers was in the middle of the controversy that surrounded the displacement of the Castries Comprehensive School. I mean, Guy Mayers, I don't understand you. I don't understand you. You know, Frank Myers, sorry. Not Guy, Frank. It's Frank Myers. Guy Myers, I'm sorry. Guy, I'm sorry. My apologies. It's Frank Myers. You know, Frank Myers, you're in the middle of it. How can you tell the people of this country, in an effort to justify the acquisition of the Castries Comprehensive School by the Chastanets, you are telling us a tsunami will come and wipe out the school? Frank Myers, where is your integrity? Where is your credibility? You forgot there is a VG airport. You forgot all the hotels along that coastline, including 2 or 3 Sandals resorts. You forgot so many other institutions there. You even forgot that the Castries Comprehensive School is annexed or is juxtaposed to Shasta's premises. But no, let us displace the comprehensive school. And then your justification was, Frank Myers, that there'll be a tsunami, you know. And then, true to form, you wrote about what the pollster asked you to do. I've shown it. I will not show it now in the interest of time. I've shown it. The pollster asked that you write about the land at that land that NHC sold at Banan. Write about it. I don't know how the pollster arrived at that conclusion by using the adjective of credible to describe you, Frank Myers. You know? And you wrote true to form, you wrote a piece of crap. You know, crap. And then you're in the center of the cardboard deal. Center of it. They flew you to Canada. And then you come back here bragging, oh, it will be a success, blah, blah, blah. And then encouraged Frank Myers. You encourage Chastanet to give instructions to take our pensioners' money and lend to foreigners. Today, Cabot Lands is like, we need a visa to go there. That is what you all have done to this country of ours. You have alienated our own people. You have alienated us from certain areas of this country by the egregious deeds that you guys executed during your term in government. You know? And after that, you know, you looked, you say, yeah, man, Cabot is good because they give you food, they flew you to Canada, and then encourage a company. You guys must pay for that, you know. You guys must pay for that. If that land was sold to St. Lucians, first and foremost, what does Cabot have that St. Lucians, indigenous St. Lucians, black and born St. Lucians do not have? The same way you lend the money to foreigners, ask a group of St. Lucians to come together and buy the property, and in that way the profits remain within the confines of our economy. But no, take our pensioners' money, give it to a foreigner, all profits gone away. That's what y'all did. That's what y'all did. Y'all were actually accentuating poverty in this country. Y'all were causing the poverty trade to roll even a little faster by the bad decisions that y'all made. Cabot could have been all those lands could have been in the hands of locals. All of it. The banks here would make money because mortgages galore. Our people would become empowered because they would own their own homes. But no, it wasn't good for St. Lucians. And y'all are telling me that we must bring you back. We must bring you guys back into our government. And then, folks, I saw a post under the name of Frank Myers again. Now, I'm not saying, although I dealt with it the last show, It wasn't last week before. I dealt with it because how can you tell me without any credible evidence, Frank Myers, you are posting on social media that the government acquired 2 fire engines for 13.3 million US dollars? Why are you all doing this? Why are you feeding the electorate with lies, deceit, and propaganda? Why? Why are you all doing that? To regain the seats of power? Is that how it's done? It's done through hard work. It's done through delivery to the electorate. It's done by giving them promises in your manifesto and making good on the promises in your manifesto. And tonight, to show the receipts of those 2 fire engines. Could you put them up for me, please? Okay. This is for the first one. 1,029,755 euro. That's the total. Okay, for one of them. Show the other one. The other one is, we're not singing there. No. Could you bring it up a bit, please? Oh, no. Yes, the other one is 650,576 euro. Okay, you could take it down. So the 2 fire engines, and that's how I operate. I don't just spew garbage. I show receipts. I show evidence. I show evidence. The 2 fire engines cost us 1,689,000 and change euro, which was approximately $5.3 million EC. But y'all will go on social media. Y'all will go on radio. Anyway, they call it spin because y'all spin anything. Y'all spin almost anything. If I give y'all stones, y'all will spin it. Y'all will crush stones into water. That's your ability to spin. 13.5 million US dollars. I mean, why? Why are we feeding our people? Huh? Why are you feeding our people with that kind of lies, deceit, and disinformation? And what is worse, folks? The government had no choice. The government had no choice. Our airports could have been downgraded should we not have the relevant equipment for firefighting. It's as easy as that. You see? But that's what they do. You know, spew propaganda. Spew propaganda, hoping that the propaganda will stick. But your propaganda cannot stick. It just cannot stick. One said we sold 60,000 passports. Huh? That's 1/3 of our population. When I came here, I showed you all the figures that came directly from CIP that any member of the public can go and get. But they just tell you anything. They tell you anything without showing you anything in substantiation. But I will not win elections. It will not win. I can guarantee you that. And you know, folks, they have taken their propaganda to a different level now. They have taken their propaganda now to a different level. Those people are prepared to even use artificial intelligence. Use artificial intelligence to make the propaganda more believable. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And, you know, you want to give credibility to what you see because you have no credibility. You have no credibility. But you want to give credibility to what you see. So you see my police sources. My police sources. If I, Richard Frederick, say anything of the like, I would be excruciated. You know, I said something about getting information from the police as a representative of a defendant. And they didn't understand. Any lawyer involved in any case has to get the file from the police. Any lawyer involved in any matter, criminal proceedings, must get the file in its entirety. In its entirety, even in civil cases, there's what you call disclosure, an exchange of documents, so no side is taken by surprise. Each side has the same set of documents that the other one has. And I said so from a standpoint of being a lawyer. And I was castigated. Oh, he gets that from the police. He gives the police instructions. And a whole load of BS. Garbage. But today we are hearing, to give credibility to what otherwise is not a credible source or person, I got it from my police source. You know, now folks, we all have heard about the incident involving Ernest Hilaire and this woman parading as an independent journalist. But I think she parades more as an independent flabo. But we know of the incident. Before I show any of the videos, whether they were butchered or not, whether they were manufactured through artificial intelligence or not, I want to play the clip of what the reporter actually says. And I want you to note the words carefully. He pushed me out of Parliament. Play that clip for me, please.
Earlier today, I went to the House of Parliament to speak to the Gender Affairs Minister and the Minister for Commerce to ask that they make a statement. Unfortunately, the Tourism Minister literally put his hand on my back and pushed me out of the Parliament, asking me to step outside because he said I was protesting. I am not.
No, you want You have a t-shirt, protest. You know better. Yeah, you have a protest t-shirt inside Parliament.
I just need you to play the first few seconds of that again for me. He pushed me out of Parliament. Play that for me again, please.
Earlier today, I went to the House of Parliament to speak to the Gender Affairs Minister and the Minister for Commerce to ask that they make a statement. Unfortunately, the Tourism Minister literally put his hand on my back and pushed me out of the Parliament, asking me to
stop in there. And pushed me out of the Parliament. You all heard this, folks. Now, they are now talking about who assaulted who and whether there was an assault or blah, blah, blah. I'm not going into that if anybody who's not a lawyer and trying to play lawyer for political purposes. No. No. I'm not going into that, and I'll not argue with anybody who's not learned in the law. But the words are unequivocal in meaning. He pushed me out of the Parliament. Everybody heard those words. Everybody. I now ask, has anyone seen a video where Ernest Hilaire, where this woman was pushed outside of Parliament by Ernest Hilaire? I am waiting to see it. I am waiting to see it. Where is the video? This lady said Ernest Hilaire pushed her out of Parliament. I need to see the video where she's pushed out of parliament. I need to see it. I've never seen it, and I want to see it. Now, after that one says she got the video from the police sources, I have been desperately, and up to this moment, I mean, I have seen several videos, I've seen entire clip, everything. I cannot see where Ernest Hillary pushed the woman out of parliament. Folks, I will show you a video some of you may have seen. That is, it was artificially generated. You will see Zelensky apparently punching President Trump. That is something that can never happen in the real world. Will never happen for Zelensky to have left there alive. I mean, the President of the United States is inundated with bodyguards all over. So that would have never happened. But I am using it to show you how people's minds can be manipulated. And some people, hundreds of millions of people would have seen this. Some of them will believe it's true. Then in that same clip, you will see where she kicks Ernest and Ernest kicks her, and all of this. This never happened. All of these are artificially generated pieces of videos. All of them. So I then ask, how was the one that they posted, how was it generated except through artificial intelligence? It is my view, my personal view, that all what you see on the screen there now, all of this was doctored. Have a look at this.
I will be showing you the full video footage of the assault on reporter Eldris Charles by Minister Ernest Hillary. My police sources have given me the full video footage of the assault on reporter Eldris Charles by Government Minister Ernest Hillary in the House of Parliament week before last.
Folks, I play this so you will understand the extent to which people can go to make you believe something happened and it never ever happened. None of those incidents happened. None. None happened. None. But videos are doctored, videos are manufactured, videos are created through AI, artificial intelligence, and they are placed in the public domain as if they are true. And then you will hear, as if to lend to credibility, I got from my police source. You know, the things people will say or the things people will do in the name of politics is unbelievable. It is really unbelievable. And it is a sad day for the entire hemisphere. I mean, all of us would like unfiltered news. All of us would like to ensure that what we see and what we read represents a realistic reflection of anything that transpired. All of us would like to believe that. But sadly, although artificial intelligence may be good, that is the kind of damage, that is the kind of destructive path on which you can be taken through the use of AI. And I say again, nothing you see up there actually happened. And you know, the United Workers' Party, they pride themselves on attempting to deceive the electorate. They pride themselves on the spewing of misinformation and disinformation. You all remember we would have lost our correspondent banking? You all remember that? You all remember that FBI came and picked up so many of our people, including the Prime Minister. You all remember that? I mean, when will the lies stop? When? When? But you all ought to have realized that it is not working. Ipaka to avai. And because everything they do in vain, they come with personal attacks. But I'll tell you what, even the blind in this country, even Coco, who was blind in his lifetime, who has gone to meet our Maker, can stay from his vantage point and realize, even from his interred position, that those are lies, falsehoods, deceit, propaganda, mis and disinformation. That is what you'll do. And it is high time. I don't know why, but they should be criminalizing the formation of those kinds of videos with intent to sway public's opinion. Just like you have on the books now, it's a criminal offense to go and make a false report. Yes, it's a crime. Wasting the police time? Oh, yes. You know, they should make that a crime punishable by imprisonment. Same way. But you see, it is not what you all feel. It is what the average St. Lucian feels. I want you to listen to two clips. I came across both of them today. Of two average St. Lucians, and take a listen to what they have to say.
So stop them stuff, please. Thank you.
I don't know what's wrong with bad habit. Bad habit have all over the place ring the bell. PM ring the bell for them already at the church. Those people are a kind of people of bad habit. UWP, they really have bad habit. A government like that is moving so fast and smoothly and doing so much of a good things there. I don't know why they want to put out that government. Yeah, but I mean that government, you pass in there, ring the bell. What bell they want them to ring? They're not in the church bell is ringing. Yeah, anyway, that's nice about it. Let's continue with that government there.
And there you have it. The people have spoken to an open.
Yes, I'm satisfied with the SLP administration, especially that program with the school children, the CXC, in the 4 subjects. I wish I had more children, but I only made only 3, which left school long time. We could not get a better prime minister than that. Could not get a better prime minister than that. I wish my father was alive to see that day. Every day you get up, you get a surprise. Sometimes I stand and I say, wow, where the prime minister getting that money from? He's coming and surprise people like that.
So stop them stuff, please. Thank you.
I don't know what's wrong with bad habit. Bad habit have all over the place ring the bell. PM ring the bell for them already at the church. Those people are a kind of people of bad habit. UWP, they really have bad habit. A government like that is moving so fast and smoothly and doing so much of a good things there. I don't know why they want to put out that government. Yeah, but I mean that government, you pass in there, ring the bell. What bell they want them to ring? They're not in the church bell is ringing. Yeah, anyway, that's nice about it. Let's continue with that government there.
And
yes, I'm satisfied with the SLP administration, especially that program with the school children, the CXC, in the 4 subjects. I wish I had more children, but I only made only 3, which left school long time. We could not get a better prime minister than that. I wish my father was alive to see that day. Every day you get up, you get a surprise. Sometimes I stand and I say, wow, where the prime minister getting that money from? He's coming and surprise people like that.
So those are voices, I don't know them. I'm Smed's coffee I have in there. For those of you who want to know, this is my coffee. I like the term he gives Flabo. Bad habit. You know, bad habit. Those are voices of ordinary people. Those are voices of people who are feeling the ramifications of the policies rolled out by this administration. And y'all are aware, the Flabos are aware that based on merit, when I hear Chastanet or a Flabo say the country is going nowhere, things are rough, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. NIC has never been collecting so much money. Anyway, you won't touch it again to give it to foreigners, Chastanet. Our unemployment rate has never been so low. I mean, there are so many things which I will come to that are happening in this country. Y'all are telling me things. So when it comes to policy rollout, when it comes to governance, when it comes to doing things in the interest of the people, Chastanet say he doesn't know how to do things in the interest of the people. Chastanet dit zot kosa, I pa sav ki manye pou kou yo gouvernement ale ti repepe ya. Chastanet ki di sa. Ek talen ay di zo shay me Chastanet fe nou. I will roll out a lot of mischievous deeds that this country received at the hands of Chastanet and compare them to what we have received and are receiving at the hands of the Philip J. Pierce administration. You know, so they realize that they cannot make it if we are going on merit, and they start to call people names and they are preaching violence. They have been preaching violence from day one. Remember when Flabo lost the elections, they went into hibernation. Chastanet went into hibernation. You all remember that? He lost St. Lucia for a long while, so much so that he had almost lost his ability to sit in parliament after so many absences. You all remember that? And then he turns around in one of his very first interviews and say that his class did not support him. Chastanet insinuated that Josan Rezopan class. You all are not in his class did not support him. And today, I could tell you, even Flabos are sick of Flabos. Flabos are sick of Flabos because I could not believe when I heard Pinky, good night to you. I don't know if you listen to me. I know you vex with me, but it doesn't matter. When I heard Pinky, a Flabo stalwart, have been in Flabo together with Angel and all of them, I heard Pinky call into Andre Paul's radio station and telling the two already beaten candidates, they have the Marcella and Laura and Marcella, the already beaten candidates, that she is sick of what Flabo is doing, especially Spider. I took a voice right away because I know Pinky from 2006. I know her from the by-election. So I understood. I know her very, very well. And she lives in Castries Central. And she votes in Castries Central. I don't know if she has changed it. I don't think she has changed it. I know she used to live in Sanssouci when I went up for Flabo. I don't know where she is now, but certainly last election, she voted. She didn't vote for me. I have not seen her in years. And I know Pinky so well. We used to converse on the phone very often. But because I felt that that Flabo was not Flabo, I moved away. And I've not heard her. Number of years I've not heard her. And I was proud to hear her say, although she didn't say it, she said people say Sapa Flabo. And she went on to say the things that she don't like. You know, she said she does not like a lot of things, you know, but she is a Flabo. She is a Flabo. So I know how you are feeling, Pinky. But let's play this clip of Pinky's call. Pinky is calling into Andre Paul's radio station, Marcella and Laura. Take a listen.
According to people, ça pas flambeau. Because everybody knows my voice as a strong supporter of the United Workers' Party, I am not encouraging. Spider needs to stop. I'm from there. You see that make we thing and that back and forth and thing? It is not nice for us. You understand? This is not flambeau. We defend. I'm not saying we shouldn't defend ourselves when the labor comes with on troops. But you see what is happening right now. I noticed that UWP is going into that same thing, and I would like it as a supporter. I want it to stop because right now it has me wondering. I'm going to say it right here now. This Maple thing have me wondering where I'm at. Because I do not, any party that goes into that Maple and in the gutter thing, I don't like it and I will not support it. Okay, so I am reaching out to UWP supporters. Defend yourselves. Do it with class. Don't go down in the gutters. It is not nice.
Thank you
but
so
I
much
want
for calling.
Spider to stop that. What he's doing, you see that where he's going there. I want him to stop it. Okay?
But Spider
yeah, but
is the
my
PR
point.
of the party.
It doesn't matter if all of you are not doing it, but the one, two.
He's
Listen
not a
to me.
candidate,
People
caller.
look up to the United Workers' Party. It doesn't matter if all of you not doing it, but one to doing it does not look nice. According to people, ça pas flambeau.
We appreciate.
Stop it.
We have another call online, ma'am. Thank you for calling.
You know, Pinky, I know you vote in Central. You and I have never had a problem. I know you are Flabo. I'm willing to embrace you. Come. I know you're speaking to Angel lately. Angel told me you called her, blah, blah, blah. Give me a call tomorrow. Because I know you. And I know you're frustrated with them. Because for you as a stalwart of the United Workers' Party to come out and call out Spider and the rest of Flabos, I know you are frustrated. I have room for you. I have room for everybody. Everybody today, two families, I will not say where they are Flabos. They said they have never seen a rep like working like Richard Frederick. They are Flabos. But they said boldface, they will not vote against me, and especially for the other candidate. They said they could never do that. They prefer to lose their right to vote. They will not vote against me, especially for that candidate. They are Flabos, you know. But I prefer them rather than not voting. Come and vote for me. Let's continue the good work. Let's continue, you know. So, Pinky, you can talk to me. Folks, an opposition party is supposed to be a government in waiting. You know? Now, that one from Grosile saying, Murray Steele, good night to you. Linus, good night. Yasmin Steele and your mother, Dustin Kwa, good night, good night, good night. How can I forget Miss Sidonia, Sidoni, and Jackie, good night, Miss Sidonia and Jackie. The one from Grosile, Spider is not a candidate. Folks, you ever hear more crap than that? It's worse. Spider is the PRO of the United Workers' Party. He's the spokesperson for the party. And by extension, he's the spokesperson for each and every candidate of the United Workers' Party. So that flimsy, stupid excuse about him not being a candidate, this is a PRO and it makes it worse. It makes it worse. But, you know, that excuse about him not, that cannot fly. That can't fly. That can't fly. But Pinky, one of the things you have to realize, you are saying that to those two people. Have you ever said that to Chastanet? Have you ever said to Chastanet that the name calling is not right, Pinky? I want to ask you that. Because all of those candidates pick up their demeanor. They follow the leader in every way. Everything he does, they replicate. That is what the leader teaches them to do. Call people names, buy mepui, talk violence. That's what he preaches, Pinky. Chastanet preaches that. So don't blame the lesser mortals. Blame the leader. Blame the leader. When I say lesser mortals, I say in relation to Chastanet. You know, don't blame those behind. Blame those at the front. Blame those at the front. Blame the leaders, because they are the ones that spew out and dictate the direction that the party is going. Chastanet has been preaching violence from day one. From day one. Let's get angry. Let's declare war. And then his people go, let's burn houses. Let's burn hospitals. Let's flog them. Let's create human roadblocks. Let's bust Philip J. Pierre for his blood to run on himself. You know? Put civil servants on notice. Put police on notice. That is what Chastanet has been preaching. So when the followers follow, you cannot blame them. And the name calling, Chastanet called us beggars. He called us jackasses. He called us backing dogs. He called us non-entities. He called me El Guapo. He called King, whatever queen. He called us dogs and pigs. He even called us monkeys. So you can't blame Spider. You can't blame Spider. If you want the name calling to stop Pinky, you should speak to the leader who will instruct his followers to stop. But that is what he preaches and teaches. And all of them are taking the cue from him. Even the lying trait they take from him. Yokuma say Mati Memko Chastanet. They all are joining him. And they lie with a straight face. At least they lie with a straight face like their leader. You know. Marcella, you are a liar. I can now call you a categorical liar. I can call you that. I won't mention the contractor from Trinidad. But you told your contractor friend from Trinidad, I know who he is. But that's another show. I have more intelligence than all of you put together. You told your contractor friend that the Flabos want you for Prime Minister. Okay. You'll not even be a minister, Alice Prime. And they want you for Prime Minister. Kind of like Chastanet, okay, turn. You know, but you are a liar. What's the other one in from Labrie? That one had the guts, Laura. Laura had the guts to say that she never referred to me as a pig and lied with a straight face. But that's what you all do. And your traits are taken from your leader. Folks, we have to go for a quick break. It's getting hotter. Trust me, you'll enjoy the package tonight. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching MBC.
The winning numbers for the evening draw of Thursday, 4th September 2025 were tic-tac-toe, 2, 9, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18. Big 4, 3, 6, 4, 1. Big for multi-X, FP. Pick 2, 4, 7. Pick 2 multi-X, 2X. 1 off, 0, 5, 6. Lucky 3, 4, 0, 2. Lucky 3 multi-X, 5X.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
My name is Martina. I would like to say thank you to the guys from Paddy Access, especially Jermaine, for a job well done. I called him 2 days before my brother's funeral to do a live video, and I was not disappointed. He was professional and kept in touch with me throughout the live, just making sure I was satisfied with everything. I would definitely use Paddy Access again, and I highly recommend that anyone looking to do a live video to hire them. Everyone who watched my brother's funeral had good things to say about how much of a good job the videographer did. If you want satisfaction for your money, Paddy Access is the way to go.
Introducing McDowell's Moringa, a natural supplement made from the Moringa oleifera, which contains more than 92 nutrients and 46 types of antioxidants. Moringa is said to cure about 300 diseases and almost have all the vitamins found in fruits and vegetables. Moringa contains 30 anti-inflammatories, 18 amino acids, and 9 essential amino acids. Moringa nourishes the immune system, promotes healthy circulation, supports normal glucose levels, contains natural anti-aging benefits, provides anti-inflammatory support, promotes healthy digestion, promotes heightened mental clarity, boosts energy without caffeine, encourages balanced metabolism, promotes softer skin, provides relief from acne, and supports normal hormone levels. Moringa has no documented side effects. Moringa, the miracle herb, available at Health Service Center.
Thanks for staying tuned. Let me just say good night to a few people. Aisha, Saudi Aisha, to Bible Aisha. In the Virgin Islands, Aisha, Chantal of Grosile, good night to you, my girl. Baby, again and again and again and again and again and again. You know, when I entered baby boxer cricket, I swear I was on Bay Street. So you have Bay Street and baby together. So we had a box with Bay Street for baby. Very good. Bucky Xavier, good night to you. Good night, good night, good night, good night to your lovely wife. Tell her good night. June Filgers, good night to you. Pages over in New York, good night to you. My brother Peter Rennie in Canada, good night to you. Peter the Great, Canada, good night. Johnson Maxwell over in New York City, good night. Sammy Gustav, good night to you. Secure Angel, Charmaine, Kendall, Kabwit, Tutsi, all the members of Team RF, Latoya Pupu, Carmen, Yasmin Nicholas, but dear Lord, y'all, Kong of Roselle, Trudy, Sharon, all of you, good night, good night, good night, good night. I'll say good night to the Andres Rufus and your daughters, good night. Nigel Sinclair, good night to you. Kelda Sebastian, yeah, don't ask me, she's not in Team RF. She's right there, and so is Black Boy. They're asking me if they're not in Team RF. Yes, they're members of Team RF as well. Kelda, I want to wish you, Kelda Sebastian, advance birthday greetings. Your birthday is tomorrow. So I'm coming to Babuno tomorrow, and after Babuno, I go in and check my boy Alvin. Good night to you. Shania Gustav of Sarot, a special good night. Alison Fede, you always make my day, my boy. You always do. Trust me. I want to say good night to Vernon Casabo. Andrew Stanislas, good night to you, my brother. Ex-police Crystal. Crystal, good night to you. Yes, Crystal. I tell the package haunty Crystal. Lois Thomas of Labrie. Francis Frano, good night. Divine de Turville, good night. The Thomas in Labrie, good night. The man, the president of the Republic of Labrie, the man Alva and his wife, special good night. Good night to the Forestier Passe. Owen Joseph, oh no, Owen. No, Owen, I don't think is a lady. Good night to you. Good night to the Sewaks, Kisera, Menassas, Moinga, and all the others. Dexter James, Ashel. Good night, good night, good night. Darren, and of course the man Roll. Good night to you. So folks, at 3 o'clock tomorrow, we will witness the reopening of Serenity Park. Could you play the daylight video for me, please? And then we'll play one Nikki took earlier on tonight. They're still putting finishing touches to the fountain and the lights, but it looks good thus far. Let's play Isaiah's video first. Yes. There's volume to it.
Right here in Sanssouci at the newly refurbished Serenity Park. Work in progress, finishing touches. Here's just a beautiful Thursday morning right here in Sanssouci at the newly refurbished Serenity Park. Work in progress, finishing touches. Months of really hard work, wonderful design, and it will all unfold tomorrow at 3 p.m. The official reopening of Serenity Park. And let me tell you, this place is absolutely fantastic. It will become home to many, many community folks. So many events will be staged here, and of course, if you want to join in this grand celebration of this community park, which serves so many purposes, then you have to be here tomorrow at 3 p.m. And that's the official reopening of Serenity Park in Sanssouci. Man, what a sight it will be to behold when all these finishing touches are done. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Yes, could you play the one that we got earlier?
Oi, oi. Go closer.
Right, and then we have some overhead shots. You want to just show them whilst I talk over them? Yes, folks, this is what a drone shot of the newly renovated Serenity Park looks like. You can show some of the pictures if you have. We have a couple of them. Yes. Folks, I just want to say Serenity Park was built. It's the brainchild of your humble servant. And I built it during my first term in office. Since 2011, its opening, 14 years ago, it had not even received a facelift. Not even a facelift, not even a coat of paint. The only thing that was done to Serenity Park was that the name was changed from Serenity Park to George Mallet Serenity Park. Well, I am back and we have added, after 14 years, we have added an amphitheater. We have added changing rooms for both male and female artists. We have added vending booths. We have changed the fountain and added seats. And we intend to make that area an area to line. I do believe that we will put in place a committee to run Serenity Park, because Serenity Park can host a series of activities, including weddings where we have the gazebo that was meant for that, have the bride and groom arriving by boat, coming in there, doing the actual wedding there and celebrating in the balance of the area. So we are going to have a vibe there. And what I think we will do is to put together a committee for the operations of Serenity Park. Whilst it is owned by City Council, Madam Mayor, you and I will have to agree on that one. We will ensure that it is run. There are certain persons that come to mind. We have persons like Karen Tobia. She's a very strong personality. Eh? Karen Pai is yours. You know what I mean? But quite honestly, I believe the approach we should take is to maximize the revenue generating ability of Serenity Park, especially from foreigners, because loads of them would want to use there as a place to get married. Okay? So, tomorrow, 3 p.m., all are invited. Ashel, I hope to see you there. Ashel from Sanssouci. I hope to see you there, all right? Good night to all Sanssouci residents. Nayo of the Sab, good night to you. Sparkling Diamond, I understood that your birthday was on the 31st of August, so belated birthday greetings to you. Frances Rubb, I am here and I know you are. Joel of the Castries Constituency Council, the troublemaker. I hope you're good. You good, my brother? I could see you smiling, as I call you troublemaker. There. Shamin Charles, good night to you. Those persons patronizing Feelings Bar down in Dennery, a special, special good night. So yes, folks. I was saying before the break that the people in the United Workers' Party, the smaller ones, are taking the cue from the big one, the leader. And even his line trade, they take. Calling names, they take. When Laura could say she never referred to me as a pig or never made reference to me as a pig, that is a blatant lie. A blatant lie. And the sad thing, Abe from Georgeville, good night to you, my brother. Good night, good night, good night, Abe, good night. Joel said he was smiling. Miss Pam, Saudi Miss Pam, Boswa, John Filgers, good night, good night, good night. Miss Pam, Esti could be here. Esti could be here. So, Nigel Sinclair, you're too troublesome. Hear what Nigel Sinclair is asking me. Is Buffalo performing at the opening? Gaza, you're too troublesome. You're like Roro, eh? You're like too much Roro. If Buffalo is performing. Can you imagine? Look at what the man had. The man had a demonstration. I hate it and leave those things alone. Anyway. So folks, I was saying, anyone who is in Flambeau and does not follow or does not keep up to Chastanet's biddings, They will not be in Flabo the way they want to. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So when Laura lied and say she never referred to me as a pig, that's a blatant lie. But that's the Chastanet rightists or nightists. You know, lying boldface. Anyway, if you could call your ex a default. Excuse me, your ex is your default? Mama, your default position? What else you wouldn't do? So the women in Flabo must do what Chastanet wants them to do. And if you are not doing what he wants you to do, it means you are breaking the common thread that runs through Flabos. The United Workers' Party has no room for strong personalities. The United Workers' Party has no room for strong men either. Not as long as Chastanet is the leader. How can you tell me Dominic Ferrer, Minister of the Government, is giving a reporter an interview and Chastanet just does him that? And with due immediacy he has to cut out the conversation. Is that a dictatorship? That's what we want in this country. Huh? Philip Joseph Pierre would never do that to any of his ministers. Never. But Chastanet will do as he pleases. Chastanet had last first by the Hutman Bav. You know? But the women now are doing what Chastanet wants them to do. And there is no room. There is absolutely no room for strong personalities in the United Workers' Party under Chastanet. More so women. If you are not prepared to lie, if you are not prepared to use derogatory terms to refer to a fellow human being, you are not of Chastanet's ilk. Folks, take a listen to that.
You mentioned the name Heraldine Rock. Heraldine Rock was one of the women in your party. And she didn't stay. She spoke about nepotism. She spoke about many things that were happening because she was the only woman there. And the men around her, Morella Joseph, was the leader of your party, had to leave your party because of what was happening to her. You know who rescued her? Dr. Kenny Anthony, who gave her a big post overseas. You have Lauren Williams, which was a formidable woman in your party. She was the first woman AG of St. Lucia, and she had to leave your party because of what was happening in your party with the men around. You had Catherine Seelys, you had Mrs. Nelson, you had Alcen Doe, you had so many, Mary Polius. All of these women had to leave because of what was happening in your party. So if now you want to correct the wrong or the right, something you all phrase you all happening, I'm happy that's happening. But it was in your party when the men in your party never respected the women and they had to move.
And I could add to that. I could add Angel Brett. I could add Rosella King and others. There are many, many. Who would have ever thought, who would have had the slightest inclination a few years ago that Angel Brett would leave the United Workers' Party and tag with me that it is within a government of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I would have never, ever in my wildest dreams envisaged Angel, Pearl, Mary Polius, Petra Nelson, and many others moving away from the United Workers' Party. I would not have envisaged that. It is not something that would have fallen within my immediate contemplation. In fact, nobody would have perceived that kind of move by any of those people. But that is what Flabo has become. That is what Flabo has become. And the names of the women I call there, you will never hear them calling anybody pig. You will never hear them disrespecting anyone for Alan Chastanet. You would not see that. You wouldn't see that. So, Sapa Flabo, since Sir John's death, Flabo died. Flabo died. Flabo died since Sir John's death. You know, the persons who are still there are persons who have to do Chastanet's bidding. Not even the Compton family that identifies with those people. When you tell me that the family of the founding father of the United Workers' Party is disregarded in totality, what state of affairs you expect to exist in the party? You know, and I'm sure, some water, I'm sure and almost certain that none of the family members of Sir John, none, will wear a yellow shirt in support of that UWP. None. You are more likely to see them in red. And that's a fact. Because the hypocrisy of the United Workers' Party is well known. They use Janine Compton. They use the daughter of the sister John. After they used her, they discarded her and would not even endorse her for a job. They just used her name, used the Compton name, and discarded her when they felt they had no use for her. And Chastanet went as far as refusing. You are in a position, enjoying a position in a party which the girl's father formed. He formed the party. You got to be the leader of that party. And you have the party in so much captivity that you have severed ties with the original men and women, the founding people of that party, to the extent that you will not even endorse Janine for a job. You know? And I can tell you, Guy Joseph said they use Janine because she has the Compton's name. And admittedly, whether it's across the political divide, John Compton was well respected by most people of this country. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And that is why sometimes when I hear you use his names, I hear you all use his name as if to garner support for the United Workers' Party. That is hypocrisy at its highest. Recently, it was his birthday. Y'all had something. Y'all had something in recognition of his birthday and didn't even invite, did not even invite his family. And you're telling me that this is Flabo? Folks, take a listen to Lady Janice.
Guy Joseph said in Miku North, in Monrepo, that they never wanted Janine, they only used her as a passport to win the seat, and that she left before they had time to kick her out. For a minister of government to say that about a colleague, he was admitting to the whole atmosphere that Janine lived with for the last several years. Guy Joseph said in Miku North, in Monrepo, that they never wanted Janine, they only used her as a passport to win the seat, and that she left before they had time to kick her out. For a minister of government to say that about a colleague, he was admitting to the whole atmosphere that Janine lived with for the last several years.
You know, folks, and this is what Janine had to go through. This is what she went through. You know, that's what she went through. And Guy admitted that they were just using Janine Compton. So now they realize that everything Chastanet touches, everything Chastanet touches, he destroys. And it's now about he destroyed in Jamaica. Everywhere he passes in a job, he destroys it. He destroys every organization that he touches. His father didn't want him involved in his business. And today, Chastanet has single-handedly destroyed the political careers of a lot of good politicians in this country on the Flabo side. And he will single-handedly destroy the United Workers' Party. And that is coming soon from now. I could tell you that. So they realize that Flabo is going down. They want to repackage Chastanet as a man with a vision. You know, a man with a vision. I want to ask, and here I will come to some of the things that Chastanet did in the name of having a vision. I want to know which eye specialist Chastanet went to that told him he has a vision. And we will compare Chastanet to Philip J. Pierre and tell us who has the real vision. What was visionary about demolishing custody suites? Was there anything visionary about that? What was visionary about demolishing police headquarters and sending members of the police band to rent alternative premises? What was visionary about that? What was visionary about demolishing 2 buildings at St. Jude that cost taxpayers $7 million? What was visionary about that? What was visionary about stopping the arrangement we had for the construction of the airport, which if he did not, by now we would have had a brand new airport? What was visionary about that? What was visionary about taking 1,000 acres of land and giving to T.O.R. King at $1 an acre for 99 years? Huh? What was visionary about that? And now if we want our land back, we have to pursue legal proceedings. What was visionary about that? What was visionary about decommissioning the garbage facility in Vieux-Fort and on a daily basis transporting garbage from Vieux-Fort to Deglu? I am sure most of you that traverse the East Coast will pass those trucks every day hauling garbage from Vieux-Fort to Deglu, costing taxpayers about $100,000 a month because Chastanet decommissioned the facility, the dump in Vieux-Fort for T.O.R. King. What was visionary about that? Tell me. Tell me. Traffic congestion everywhere, every day. Visionary. What was visionary about paying $13 million for incinerators that never worked? What was visionary about that? What was visionary about giving a company that imports only cement $7.3 million to buy vaccine? What was visionary about that? What was visionary about selling our mall for less than a quarter of the value, turn around and rent it for 16 and a half years, and cumulatively we would have paid in the region of just over $200 million. What was visionary about that? Huh? What was visionary about bringing in Ernst & Young to do what our civil servant did from time immemorial? And after taking $50 million from us, you reverted to the very civil servants that you had discarded when you just came. What was visionary about that? Tell me. Huh? What was visionary about signing or wanting to sign an agreement 11 days before election for St. Jude? $70 million. With a penalty clause of 1% interest per day, which in effect would have been 365% per annum. What is visionary about that? Somebody tell me. We had a mid-processing facility. You decommissioned it. That's vision. That's vision. You brought down Ojo Labs, paid $5 million to refurbish a building. You pay their staff, you pay their utilities, and they take all their profit and send to Texas. What is visionary about that? Tell me. Tell me. You see, folks, don't let those people fool you. Chastanet has many visions, I'm sure. But the thing is, the visions Chastanet have, all of them have the prefix tele. So all Chastanet visions are televisions. Because Chastanet has no vision to run this country. None whatsoever. I'm telling you this. And I challenge anyone, just tell me one of Chastanet's national accomplishments between 2016 and 2021 with the vision that you all profess that he has. Just one accomplishment I want, one. Folks, vision without action is a nightmare. So all the vision Chastanet has, no action. They were reduced to renderings. Boats leaving View Fort. Planes coming in left, right, and center. 23 islands being built. Chastanet was, is, and will always be a nightmare. And that is why his father did not want him close to his businesses. Now let me tell you what vision is. Let me tell you what vision is. Vision is instituting a policy to assist the small to medium businesses with either grants or loan funding or a combination of the two, the MSME program. That is vision, Philip G. Pierre. The youth economy, grants, loan, young people have their own businesses. That is vision. Facilities for all our students in this country, brand new vision. Payment for temporary teachers in August, brand new vision. Minimum wage, brand new vision. Pensioners, brand new vision. One university graduate per student, brand new vision. Title to crown property after 30 years, brand new vision. National housing assistance for those who live in deplorable conditions, over 10 million spent, brand new vision. Rent reprieve, leaving about $15 million in the pockets of St. Lucians, brand new vision. Right now, insurance for banana and plantain farmers, brand new vision. Fishermen, the insurances are on their way, brand new vision. This government has introduced hydroponics into the agricultural sector to kind of invite younger and more intelligent people into the agricultural industry. Brand new vision. The government introduced farm labor to assist farmers. We pay laborers. Brand new vision. The government, while Chastanet destroyed the abattoir, the government imported new bloodlines of pigs, goats, cattle, and sheep. That is vision. So while Chastanet is demolishing, the abattoir, we are bringing new bloodlines of animals. You know? So who has the greater vision? Who has the greater vision? 4 CXCs paid for our students, brand new vision. Increasing the subvention for the crisis center from $72,000. He more than tripled it to $240,000. Brand new vision. The distress fund, Chastanet stopped it. And look at that. Look at this, you know. Crisis Center, Philip JP, he tripled it. While Chastanet had stopped the distress fund, he had stopped the police vote, and he had stopped a subvention to the Blind Welfare Association. All of them are back on stream. Feminine products, VAT-free for life, brand new vision indefinitely. And the latest, 140 student nurses being given scholarships to pursue their studies. Brand new vision. I could go on and on. I could go on and on. But I'll tell you this. This Prime Minister with disabled government is executing, and wait till the manifesto of the St. Lucia Labour Party comes out. If you all want to see vision, there you'll see vision. I challenge anyone to tell me. I name all of those. I didn't even name infrastructural projects. All those I name are relatively new. I wouldn't talk about the library market. I wouldn't talk about the Larry Shusel Center. I wouldn't talk about the Northern Divisional Police Headquarters. I wouldn't talk about custody suites. I wouldn't talk about the administrative center in view for the Chastanet. Stop. I'm not even going down that road. I'm not even going down that road because that would be like a death announcement too numerous to mention. I was simply confining myself to the new initiatives rolled out by this government. Tell me one, or tell me anything Chastanet had done for the benefit of our people. And that is why he overtly said, that is why he said, you cannot run government in the interest of people. He does not know how to do it. You know? He does not know how to do it. And Philip JP is not saying, I shoulda, I coulda, I woulda. We are executing. We are executing. Because I'll tell you this, by God's grace, when the next elections, when we assume office after the elections, there will be many more significant national projects that will be rolled out, thanks to the vision of Philip JP and this government. Because, like I said, the track record of this government has shown that it is concerned about our people. Chastanet does not care about us. Alan Michael Chastanet does not care about us. He does not. And you all want to give him another chance? For what? You know, Chastanet asks us to give him a chance. He will finish St. Jude. And he puts this up on his page. Put up what Chastanet put there about he'll finish St. Jude for me, please. You know, we will finish St. Jude. And he speaks about, can you zoom it out so I could read it from here? Please. Okay, and then go down. Good. Every St. Lucian deserves access to quality health care. Only now you know that, Chastanet. Only now you know that. No matter where they are from. Completing St. Jude is not just a promise. It is a responsibility to our people. I will see it through to every, what's that? I will see it through so every patient receives the care, dignity, and respect they deserve. Chastanet, we will finish St. Jude. Chastanet, you have no shame. And I want to say this. If there is one department where Chastanet will get, Philip JP will fail, and Chastanet will receive A++, is in shamelessness. Because Chastanet has no shame. But Philip JP ka hot vite. I ka hot, I pa ka I fe sa si I sav, I te ha fe ba I pou I fe hot. Chastanet has no shame. Chastanet is talking about completing St. Jude now. Huh? You are the same one. When someone died on the floor at the hospital at Victoria, you scantily dismissed it. You dismissed it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. You know? Today you want to talk about respect and dignity and proper health care. And after that person's death, one of your defenders came to your rescue. Oh, you would have died anyway. That was the response. You kept OKEU closed because you wanted to privatize it. The only benefit that we as St. got out of COVID, it forced the government's hand. It forced your hand to open OKEU. You had no choice then. And I remember when Janika Simon attempted to question you outside Parliament in relation to healthcare, you dismissed her in an extremely degrading manner. Yes, you did. But you didn't realize that days later, you would have had no choice but to treat her with respect and dignity that you did not treat her with outside Parliament. Because you know what? She questioned you at a meeting. And who was present? The representative of the European Union. The organization that had donated the hospital to us, its representative was there. So you had no choice but to answer and answer properly. And you dismissed her before that. You know, you don't care about her, Shasti. You don't care about us. Three prime ministers, all of whom are brighter than you, all of whom have more matter in the membrane where their brain is supposed to be enclosed. I suspect yours is empty. All of them are brighter than you, and all of them, in the quest to deliver to the people of St. Lucia, was continuing St. Jude. You keep talking rubbish about an 80-year-old building. You know all the buildings are new. But you are a deceiver, Shasti. Which buildings they are 80 years old? You compulsive liar. That's all you do. You spew lies. If you say the original St. Jude was 80 years old, I would agree. But all buildings were brand new, including the two you demolished. You demolished two that cost us $7 million. And today you want to complete St. Jude, you hypocrite. Today you want to complete St. Jude. Huh? The buildings are 80 years old. It's the same way. Shasta, you need to stop lying. You need to stop lying, especially in areas where your lies can easily be verified. You said you went to St. Jude and there was this big red building. My Jesus Christ, big red building. Only one sheet of cladding is in red. 99.99% of the building is gray. That is the kind of exaggeration you use to deceive our people. Big red building, building 80 years old. Folks, there is no 80-year-old building in the St. Jude. Everything was demolished. Everything. And everything was rebuilt. Brand new. Chastanet knows that. But to play on the minds of people, he keep talking about 80-year-old building because they wanted a cash cow. So he goes in. If it was 80 years old, why are we saying that the two buildings cost us $7.3 million? Why? And all the thing you build, you could not have operated it without what is there now. Stop lying to people. Stop deceiving the people, Chastanet. You bad habit as you are. Carla Jones, good night. You bad habit. You know? The building is 80 years old. Yes, St. Jude was 80 years. There is no structure. No structure. Not even a wall. Not even a piece of wall outside that is 80 years old, that is anywhere around there. Stop the lies. Stop it. After the fire, the thing was completely gutted. Completely, Chastanet. Completely. The building is an 80-year-old building. Sakwi Sound, Matekoye. You need to stop it, man. A big red building, Or teach you buy, you had to buy like you wish. You know? That's what you do. You try and fool people. You try and fool people. You know? That is all you do. Rather than completing St. Jude, 3, like I said, out of 4 prime ministers in Stephenson King, Kenny Anthony, Philip Joseph Pierre, and yourself, 3 of them decided we are moving in this direction. No, Chastanet say, Guy Joseph say, let's go, so we're going to. You should be ashamed, Chastanet. You should be ashamed, because if you had followed the trend of the 3 wise men, we would have had a new St. Jude by now. But I'll tell you, under this government, under the leadership of Philip J. Pierre, soon we'll have said, because I know you went there the last time, they told me you got red. When you see the progress that had been made, you only went Chastanet in rouge. He got red and he started to hit the walls. He started to hit the walls because he could not believe so much work had gone. He thought it was, how you call it? He thought it was drywall. And then he realized it's block work. You know, he realized it's block work. Batmanship, presque point. He could not believe it. And folks, I could tell you now, St. Jude is about 97%. It is about 97%. So Philip J. Pierre will not leave the 3% for Chastanet. I will finish St. Jude. You put horses before the hospital. Spend $118 million bringing horses on air-conditioned aircraft. Air-conditioned planes. Where are they now? Where are they now, Chastanet? That is what you did to our country and leave our people in the South without the kind of health care they deserve. And today you'll finish St. Jude Sacré-Saint. You have no shame. You have no shame. Had you continued with what you got, we would have a brand new St. Jude now. But no, horses, 118 million on horses, you know, because you called horse racing the sport of kings, and you were a Tiwa king and other persons of your complexion high up in a balcony, whilst our people were languishing under circumstances that almost were on the periphery of being inhumane, you know, at a stadium. And then 11 days before an election, you attempted to sign a direct award for $70 million, $70 million with an interest rate of 1% per day, should there be default. And then you talk about St. Jude and you're interested in healthcare. Which healthcare are you interested in? You're interested in becoming prime minister again. You spent $180 million on a box, Chastanet. The box is like a car park. It's like a car park and it had cladding. That's all it was. No electricals, no conduits or water, nothing for air conditioning. Absolutely nothing, just slab and thing. And then you want to call it a state-of-the-art hospital. Which state of which art? Which state of which art? You know? And have the audacity to talk about you will finish St. Jude Sacré-Saint. You have no shame, boy. You have no shame. You know? And Guy said, if you all did not finish it, you all didn't deserve to be in government. You remember that? You remember that? Today, you went there, you saw it's practically completed. The headache is gone. So you will tell your people you'll deliver St. Jude. Excuse me. Huh? This government will deliver to the people of this country, and more particularly to the people of the South. We will deliver St. Jude very, very soon. Sooner than you think. And Philip J. Pierre don't need your help to deliver St. Jude. And according to Guy Joseph, neither you nor Guy should talk about St. Jude. You all remember when Guy said that, folks? Let's remind them of what Guy said.
Mais Otchebe moins coupable. Les moi te dit si nous pas fini St. Jude, nous pas si posé en gouvernement. Ek moi d'accord.
If I spend 5 years in this government and I'm not able to open St. Jude, then I should keep my mouth shut when anybody else speaks about St. Jude.
St. Jude Phase 1 can attain full approval to dépasser unless St. Jude assume to the St. Jude that they will repay à sous vieux St. Jude là. Enlève vieux St. Jude là qui dépense à sous vieux St. Jude là, rien à sous vieux St. Jude là.
Then I should keep my mouth shut when anybody else speaks about St. Jude.
Now, Monsieur Chastanet parlait about teasing about St. Jude. En rapport à sous St. Jude, qui ça qui supposé fait avec St. Jude?
Then I should keep my mouth shut when anybody else speaks about St. Jude.
Mais Ochebe moins coupable. Les moi te dit si nous pas fini St. Jude, nous pas supposé en gouvernement. Est moi d'accord?
Well, ou kay d'accord, eh? Ou kay d'accord. Ou kay d'accord. Folks, I'm certain that when St. Jude got burnt, the entire thing was gutted. It was gutted and rebuilt. That is what happened. They had no 80-year-old structure anywhere there. Okay? Good. That I'm sure of. So, Shasta didn't care about us. His horses and this and that. Shasta didn't care about us. He did not care about us. And now he wants to play that he cares. I'll finish St. Jude. You never cared about the people of this country, Shasta. If you had cared about us, the kind of concentration that you had placed on T.O.R. King and DSH, look at what you did for T.O.R. King. Right there in Viewfort, you decommissioned the rubbish dump, causing garbage to traverse the East Coast on a daily basis, causing traffic nightmares, and of course costing us $100,000 minimum every month. You decommissioned the abattoir. You did a bypass road, 15 million. You acquired lands in Miku to remove the farmers and to displace them. You spent $118 million on horses. If you had placed that kind of concentration on St. Jude, we would have had a brand new hospital under your watch. But that wasn't your interest. You didn't care about that. You don't care about the people of this country. And that is why you said you don't know how you run a country by putting people's interests first. You didn't care. Your interest was millions to T.O.R. King. Your interest was millions to Ojo Labs. Your interest was millions to Cabot. Your interest was millions to Ridge Developers. Your interest was millions to Loco B. Your interest was millions to Ernst & Young. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to all kind of foreigners. All kind of foreigners. But yet, Chastney, for you to fix a toilet for students, I will remind you of what you said. A toilet that
we did a fantastic job of fixing it up. And I was so proud. So the next term when I went to the school, all the bathrooms were a mess again. And so I said to the principal, who I knew well, Chief, what's going on? He said, well, they didn't send any money to fix up the bathroom this year. I said, but I just fixed it up for you last year. He said, yes. I said, well, then you need to have a meeting with the parents, because it's the children of the parents that messed up the bathroom. And you have to tell them that you are not going to open up the school until they come and help you fix up the bathrooms. Because it cannot be that it's just about the government every year to fix up everybody's mess.
Folks, can you believe this? Now tell me, those of you supporting this man, do some introspection. You believe this man did so much to us, and you give him another chance, he will just change magically? He will just change. Toilets for students? Shasta, you are talking a lot of crap. anytime any facility is open to multiple users, you will find that you must expect that. I could say this, Lakudu residents in my constituency, when I came in about probably 6-7 months after, I redid the whole bathroom in Lakudu. I just finished doing it again because I care about them and the sanity and the cleanliness. You think I'll tell them you'll do it yourselves? I did it again. I did 14 or so toilets. Was it so many? Between 12 and 14 at the RC Boys Infant School. I changed all of them. I just finished the toilets at the Ave Maria Infant, the teachers' toilets. I redid the bathroom and put 3 brand new toilets in there. Shastanet, what are you talking about? So Shastanet, you cannot spend our money on us. You cannot spend our money on us. It's on T.O.R. King, it's on Ojo Labs, it's on Cabot, it's on Range, it's on Lockerbie, it's on Ernst & Young, and you're talking hundreds of millions you spend on them. A toilet that would cost a couple $1,000, Shastanet. You have the gall to ask parents to come and repair it for the children and don't open school unless they do. And people believe you'll change overnight. The fact is, Shastanet, you will spend anything on foreigners and leave St. Lucians in the cold. That's a fact. You know, look at the situation of the police. Look at monies you spend on those foreigners, hundreds of millions on foreigners. But for the police to get equipment to fight crime, and for the police to be given the basic necessities to operate in a more comfortable environment, your wife had to be holding balls to raise funds. Holding balls to raise funds. Whilst foreigners are going away with all our monies. You know? How you all believe Shastanet will change by the flip of a coin? He will not. He will not. Shastanet don't care about us. You're asking parents. You're asking parents if toilets last a year with so many users, children, what is wrong with spending $5,000 or $6,000 every year on the toilets of the children? What is wrong with that? They're not asking you for $50 million as you give Ernst & Young. They're not asking you the $180 million as you spend on horses. $5,000 or $6,000. You know? And you're asking parents to come and fix their toilets. Just a Bodjepu. Tell me your money vision. Your money vision and you care about us. You care about us? You'll expect Shastanet to change overnight, folks. You want to use us. You want to use them to once again occupy the prime ministerial chair. But I will tell you this. I will tell you, Shastanet, the mistake our people made in 2016, God will not permit them to make that mistake again. And now you are begging, you know, show that your voice matters to me. Show that poster for me. Aveti. Look at this. Look at this. Shastanet is now telling people his voice matters to them. Shastanet, are you for real, man? Are you for real? Shastanet, you don't think people know you? Shastanet, you will think you will change overnight? Are you not the same one who said you don't listen, you let the jackasses breathe? Every time I meet someone in our markets, villages, or you always meet someone, I am reminded that the voices of the people are the true guide for any leader. I will always take your voice to the heart of government. Whose voice you taking to the heart of government, Chastanet? Whose voice are you taking to the heart of government? You know? Whose voice? You are the same one who said you don't listen, you let the jackasses bray. You are the same one who tell the civil servants, it is not your job to tell us how to run government. You are the same one who told the opposition that they had lost the right to speak. All of a sudden, your voice matters to me. All in an effort at rebranding yourself. Folks, Chastanet clearly is making an assiduous attempt to run away from the old Chastanet and to create the image of a brand new Chastanet. On the one hand, your voice matters. Now, on the other hand, I don't listen, I let the jackasses breathe. You know, I don't understand. He has vision now. Vision, where he was probably blind in government. Chastanet, let me just tell you this. You have been tried, you have been tested, and you have proven to be a failure, a big one too. You will no longer have the opportunity to lead this country. St. Lucia is in safe hands with PJP. And that is why even the French ambassador salutes Philippe Joseph Pierre. Whilst others call you not too bright, they laugh at you, they make a mockery of you. Well, from St. Vincent, you know Ralph, Holness, Gaston Brown, Deacon in Grenada. None of them consider you anything. None of them. And that's a fact. And today, we have the French ambassador who has this to say about Philippe J. Pierre. Could you play this clip for me?
Is your government satisfied that we've been able to utilize what has been given so that we can improve healthcare for our citizens?
Well, there's an element which is not necessarily known by the public but deserves to be known. When we organize, especially for emergency situations, transfer of people to the hospital in Martinique, when we use a helicopter, for instance, and this is a case almost, I would say, every fortnight, it has a cost. For many years, there was a debt from St. Lucia towards the hospital. This debt has been paid. And for this...
It's paid in full now?
Absolutely. And for this, we are extremely thankful. We salute the decision of the government, which is not an easy one, but this is a sign, I would say, of great trust, if not absolute trust, in our system. I salute again the decision of the government and of the Prime Minister, who came himself announcing it.
You're hearing that, folks. You're hearing that. Lenny, good night to you. Good night, good night, good night. Master Wong, good night to you. Kello, good night. Beverly Gabriel, I understood that today is your birthday of Sam's Chicken Van. Good night to you. Tuvi, good night. Oh, yes, Tuvi just sent me the videos of the fountain. Let me send that right away, Black Boy, so at least the people will see what we have in store. So I sent you 2 videos. You will play them when you're ready, download them and play them. You know, and that's the kind of thing. Now, Chastanet will see, he will see that he didn't have money to pay the debt in Matnik. Folks, Matnik indicated to us that for the 5 years Chastanet was there, they did not get 1 penny from the government. Not 1 penny. And that is one great degree of resistance in accepting persons from St. Lucia when Chastanet was there. Today, The French government is more accommodating, more facilitating, because they realize that this government is a government of its word. They had received not one penny between 2016 and 2021. Likewise, the Commonwealth of Local Government Forum, St. Lucia was not, I could not have attended a meeting. We were struck off the list. We were struck off the list because St. Lucia had not paid its dues for 5 years, 2016 and 2021. As soon as I came in, it was regularized. So much so that I was able to hold a position on the executive. That dog he talks about it, they make a whole brouhaha about it. Ask Chastanet if he ever paid 1 penny towards the $40,000 a month for the dog. Ask him. Not 1 cent was paid. Not 1 cent. The man don't care about us. The man care about foreigners. The Cayman Group came. He gave them a contract for $25 million. We had to pay it when we came. We had to honor it because it's a debt. He gave endless direct awards for the roads. I could tell you Philip JP has paid hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars in direct awards for roads that Chastanet had given to build. Design, finance, build. So when you hear this man opens his mouth and is spewing his nonsense, Chastanet does not have a clue. He does not have the management skill. He does not have anything about him to run a country and run it properly. You know? And since we came in, this country is now respected for an ambassador to say he salutes the government. It is because, I'll tell you this, if every government was paying, there would be no reason to salute any government. If every government was paying their debt to the French government when we send our people there for medical treatment, there would have been no reason to salute Philippe J. But guess what? He's saluting Philippe J. because Philippe J. had broken a cycle of non-payment to the French government. And when in cabinet, I heard of the amount of money we were owing. I was petrified. I'm saying, Lord, let us pay something, because in the event we have an emergency, in the event one of our people need to be flown to Martinique instantaneously, we must be in a position to leverage treatment in Martinique. And it's only now the doors are open to our St. Lucians in Martinique insofar as medical treatment is concerned. Because you know what? We have paid almost all the debt incurred by Chastanet when he was there. If he had paid it, there was no need for the ambassador to salute Philippe J. and this government. You have the 2 videos downloaded? Okay. Okay, folks, I just got 2 videos a while ago. Tovi, good night, of Serenity Park. So let's see what Serenity Park looks like as we are in studio now. Could you play them for us, please? Yes. Beg your pardon? No. All right. Okay. Wow. That place just looks sexy, man. It does. Yeah, I mean, the environment, Daniel said, no, it looks inviting. But not sexy. All right, inviting. No, I mean, it's just the place looks good. It does. Yes. So that is how we are for tomorrow, 3 p.m. We will be there. We're converging on that place tomorrow from 3 p.m. Okay, so we'll take a couple calls until 11, Black Boy. Okay, 4533911 is our number, yeah? Roger Phillip, good night to you. Carlton Augustine, Anthony Mondesi, good night. Roberta Jamari, Conrad, good night to all the Canaholics. Maximus Casabo, a special good night to you. Good night to all of those who are on. Yes. Crystal, good night to you. Anthony Mondesi, good night. We have a call on the line, do we? Good night, can I help you?
Yes. I'm happy, Richard, you're back tonight. I could not wait for you to be back. I'm happy you're back tonight.
Thank you.
I'm happy you're back tonight.
Thank you.
You're back tonight. I could not wait. Because you're saying too much lies.
Yeah, well,
making me sick. I'm fed up of them.
They are well known for that.
Yeah, we all know that. They're lying. All their life, they're lying to people.
Yes.
Lies. Okay, Richard.
Thank you.
Hold tight.
All right. Yes. Marius from Mount Vernon in the US. Good night to you. We have another one. Harry Schwartz. Good night to you, my brother. Good night. Hamish. Good night, and your mother Annette. Good night. Can I help you?
Yes. This is Chef Popo speaking, and I'm not in solution, but I have been observing the way the country is going so far. I'm from Castries, from you. I have seen the development of the Castries Central, and it's a very, very, very remarkable, I cannot even use the word.
Yes.
But
there has been remarkable improvement.
Excuse me?
I said there has been remarkable improvement.
Yes. For the place I've been living Upper Lapanse to going down to Georgeville, and I have seen a lot of improvement in here. What I want to say to St. Lucia, it's really embarrassing when it comes to the political differences where people tarnish people's name when they use things on the outside. Imagine I'm in Texas and I can tell you one night there are certain people that we talk about certain elections and they tell me about my country. It's like, oh, we have Junior Alfred, we have Darren Sammy, you have this and you have that. And then when I watch on my page, I see, people tarnish people's name and try to make people feel so embarrassed. I find this government, and I've been honest to say, this government has done a lot. This government has done a lot. On the outer world, we have been on the mark because of the improvement of the government of solution. I will not stay so long, but I want you to continue doing the improvement into Castries Central. And the only thing that really concerns me, and I know you cannot control it, is the gang violence that's going on. At the end of the day, is what is portrayed on TV is what the guys think in the brain.
Yes.
But you have done a lot.
Thank you.
I have been in this island here, and this island is worse in crime than St. Lucia in crime.
Thank you.
But at the end of the day, St. Lucia is doing a great job.
Thank you.
I hope that all of us in St. Lucia will look forward to support this government again and give Mr. Philip JPA 1 more 5 years again, because at the end of the day, we need somebody to come behind him and to follow so that he can continue that journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me say good night to Anne-Marie Leos. Good night to you over in the US. Cynthia Lubin, the mayor of Jeremy Street. Good night. Alice in Pennsylvania. Good night to you. Jimmy. Good night. Shakim. Good night. We have a caller. Good night. Can I help you?
Yes, sir. Richard.
Yay.
When someone lies, it's compulsive, it's chronic, it's instinctive. That person can steal too,
They could, of course. But there is an old saying that goes, all liars are thieves.
Yeah, a liar is a thief, and a thief can become a killer.
Yes.
And the killing aspect could be seen underneath the violence of war. I'm telling you, there's no peace and giving the police notice. And so that's a threat, to the breach of peace,
Yes.
A liar is a thief is a killer. That's what I have to say. Senator, better be careful.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, boy. Yes, you all going out, Sindo, Shamin, and all the others. Richie, I understood you all missed me on the Parkway on Monday. I couldn't make it, but probably another time. There are more Lebanese to come, and we are getting into the silly season. We have another caller. Good night. Can I help you?
Yeah, good night, Mr. Richard.
Good night to you.
I'm just hope the people of Davis are hearing and listening to this.
Say that again.
I'm just hope the people of Davis are hearing and listening to what you are putting out there.
All right.
So that the next general election,
okay,
the good South won't be in opposition again.
Okay.
And I want this man to be out of government, complete, out of parliament.
Out of politics.
Out of politics, like you said, political asylum.
Yeah,
that's what he has to go into.
Yeah,
and I hope the people of Davis, so Mikud South, Tiroshi, are listening and hearing. And if you all are not contented or satisfied with the candidate, just overlook that and vote for Philip Joseph Pierre, just so that the country will continue moving forward. And
That's
this
correct.
man will get out of politics completely.
Thank you, caller. Very well said. Very well said. Very well said. If you have any apprehension, although Shanda can hold her own, I could tell you that. Good night to you, Shanda. I'll do my bit because I have to come down there to make my contribution to you, Shanda. I must. Richard Frederick will be there. Shasta, you'll not be at peace with me. I can guarantee you that. I'm coming. We have another caller. Good night. Can I help you? Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night. You're on.
Yeah, hello, good night.
Yeah, good night.
I'm saying if some thing says that thing is the sort of kings, isn't it?
I'm not hearing him, huh? Caller, apparently you don't have good service where you are. So try another location. Sorry, but I think he was saying something was the spot of kings. I'm not sure if he was saying. Yeah, we have another caller on the line. Good night. Can I help you?
Hello, good night.
Yeah, can you turn down the volume of your radio or television, please?
Slow down the volume. Yes.
Yes.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night again.
Okay, that's oh no. Okay, I turn it down. I don't even know, honestly speaking. I don't even know why.
You still listening to it, caller? You still listening to your device, whether television or radio?
Yes, I don't even know why UWP has so many supporters.
I agree with you.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I turn it down completely now.
Oh, all right.
I was just saying that I don't know why there are so many supporters. When these people go out there, they have so many people following them. It's like they don't even listen.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
All the facts are out there. And what I like about you, you don't just come out and speak. You come out and you show the facts.
That's correct. That's what I always do.
And I still don't know why people St. Lucians are following this man.
When the man could tell parents that they should, the head teacher don't open the school because unless the parents come and fix the toilets, and you taking all our money and give to foreigners.
That is ridiculous, and that is what I cannot understand.
I don't know why they're following him. I don't know. I have no clue.
But Mr. Cedric, you're doing a very good job.
Thank you.
And please keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah. Honestly, that point, when you see what the man has done to us, when you see what the man has done to the country, and you juxtapose it to what he has done for foreigners, why are you still following this man? Forget the party, is him. We have a caller. Good night. Can I help you?
Mr. Cedric.
Yes.
Good night, eh?
Good night.
I can barely hear you, but I will simply say this. I could not believe my ears or my head or my brain when I hear Chastanet talking about the amount of money spent at St. Jude on an 80-year-old building.
You know,
Yes? It's like Mr. Cedric, he forget he spent $1 million in architectural works for St. Jude. And what we ended up with were 3 boxes. Do you know that one of the boxes he said, or one of the buildings he claimed to have seen that was red, is one of the boxes that have the red cladding?
yes, one of his boxes.
Exactly one of his boxes. But Richard, if he wants to talk about spending money that could have been spent otherwise, according to Andre Paul's grandmother, you know that the $13 million that was spent on the one road for Teo Akin could have given us in Viewport South 13 roads or 26 small roads,
Yes.
13 major roads.
Yes.
The man never looked at us in terms of roads and infrastructure. All the man was focused on, right, was Teo. Okay?
Yes.
And now you will suddenly complete. Which St. Jude going to complete? But for him, for him to be able to complete St. Jude, he has to be Prime Minister. Now I know he's working in his mind, but Shastanet is going to be a bigger danger to us when he gets political annihilation. And that is what we have to work on, Mr. Frederick. Look at you, et look at meditation.
Thank you. You know, Cornelia is a good call. The other thing is how people expect Shastanet to change overnight. How you expect him to change overnight? His track record is there. The way he behaves is there. He has shown his propensity to deal with foreigners as opposed to St. Lucians. And you're telling me that as long as Shastanet is re-elected as Prime Minister, Shastanet will undergo drastic changes, come around 360 or 180, whichever way you want to look at it, and then he will be a totally different person. Are you crazy? We have a caller? Yeah, we have a caller. Good night. Can I help you?
Good night.
Good night.
It's my first time really calling a talk show.
Wow.
And
I am really pleased to have you making your debut in terms of calling a talk show on this. Can I help you?
yes, it is my very first time, Richard.
Yes.
And I follow you all from the UK.
All right.
I am in St. Lucia now, and it's my first time calling the talk show because I'm very impressed with your work. Your work speaks volume.
Thank you.
Even the blind can see.
Thank you.
And then with somebody like you into politics, you've given your contribution way before politics.
Yes.
And in politics now, you've even given a bigger contribution.
Yeah.
And I think that persons can see it. It's only people who are biased will not give you your flowers.
Yes.
But you deserve your flowers.
Thank you.
Continue doing a good job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. You know, folks, on saying that, I met a lady. It was Mrs. Lee, if I'm permitted to call your name. I met her, we were having breakfast. I came from church. We came from church and we went for breakfast at, where is it again? Where we normally have breakfast on a Sunday. Rituals. And I met Mrs. Lee there, and then she came, she said, Mr. Frederick, can I speak to you a minute? I said, yes. She said to me, I've been out of the island for about a year or two. I think it's 2 years, she said. And I must tell you, the changes I've seen in Castries, my God, Mr. Frederick, God will bless you and He will permit you to continue. I was very, very pleased. I mean, when you just get people approaching you and paying those kind of sentiments and, complimenting you like that is a feeling of gratitude. It is something that keeps you going and wanting to do more, wanting you to do more. We will take 3 more calls. We have a caller on the line. Good night. Oh, we lost that caller. Okay, we'll take 3 more calls, folks. 4533. Oh, God, look, black boy, putting me on notice. Okay, yeah, the clock. Okay, we have a caller on the line. Good night, can I help you?
Good night, sir. How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay, I never know. All the time I'm growing up as a little boy, I always hear BBC, which is Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes.
But right now I'm hearing a different thing, which is BBC bringing back Chastanet. So I'm saying to myself, I didn't know that's what BBC meant. So why do we have to bring back a Chastanet, which is not bringing nothing to us?
Yeah, I mean, some people are entitled to their opinion. It's sad that you still have people believing that this man was such a revelation.
And the whole thing again, people seem to forget all what we have gone through, even with the COVID.
Yes.
We had no rest. That man would just call a store on the country. He would not even give it, for example, okay, so we'll have a whole of the country tomorrow, and then we'll have people do a little shopping. He would just call that thing right away. Imagine I was at work, and I had to stay with my underwear on me for 2 days because I couldn't go home. Imagine that.
Yes.
And we saying that we have to bring back food. Who is BBC for what?
Okay, caller. I know that's the opinion of one man that...
I love your show. This is the first time I'm calling your show.
Thank you.
Always listen to your show all the night.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. People are entitled to their opinion, but quite honestly, if anybody does deep introspection, if anybody does an analysis of who is doing better for the country, Chastanet cannot come in the toes of Philip J. Pierre. Chastanet did not institutionalize one policy that was earmarked for the average solution to benefit from. Everything Chastanet came in, he stopped STEP, he stopped DICE, he stopped the distress fund, he stopped the subvention to National Trust. Chastanet just stopped everything that the poor man could have probably fetched an income from, cutting subventions for the National Trust, for the blind welfare. I mean, come on, Chastanet, come on. And then now taking it Golu and giving it to T.O.R. King, DSH, Carbot, and those kinds of people. We have a call on the line. Good night. Can I help you? Hello?
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 Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Yes, Mr. Freddy, good night to you.
Good night.
It looks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It's quacking. Some people say that I just can't find out this kind of thing.
I like that one. It looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, but Flabol tell you it's a turkey. I like that one. I like that one.
Your representation has left an indelible mark on the central Castries community.
Thank you.
Right, telling you.
Thank you.
Let not your heart be troubled. Barbara hatchery, you could boil it, you could roast it, you could do whatever you put that bread food cook already, and it's ready right for the eating. The sooner the Prime Minister coordination solutions you let say exactly what your sentiments are. And you could hear it on the ground,
Yes, the ground is echoing.
One man telling me he could not understand working in a hotel 20 years. He couldn't understand one day how is that so much money on his bank account. So you go to the bank to ask the bank, well, what do you want to do to check your Prime Minister? Minimum wage. Richard, good night.
Thank you. Yes, minimum wage instituted, and the pensioners and everybody, Yeah, Kabwit is right. Timothy James, he says, the truth be told, we're not even sure that Chastanet, in fact, won his seat. That is so true. And I believe, we don't know Kabwit. We're not even sure he won his seat. Okay, you are our final caller. Good night. Can I help you?
Okay, good night, good night. That's my first time calling the show too, but
Wow.
I've been listening for years and years and years.
Wow.
But I have one question to ask.
Yes.
I mean, I'm looking for a direct answer, but you're the only minister in government who to say you are.
No, I say les autres là no, parfait c'est non.
Are you the only minister you alone? I mean, Castries, you.
No, parfait moi ça frère. Ah, c'est les autres là you got
Good night.
All right, thank you. See, les autres là probably my work is more conspicuous because I'm in Central, and admittedly, I am one of the hardest working politicians St. Lucia has ever seen. I will not take that away from me. It's a fact. I believe in beautification. I believe in getting things done. I believe that, we should make the place good. We have a caller. Good night. Final caller.
Richard.
Yes?
I recall second time around. The ching-ching in your pocket, Richard. Not even that was his policy. Even that was not even that he was able to fulfill.
You understand?
Philip J. did that on his behalf.
That's correct.
The ching-ching in your pocket.
The ching-ching because of minimum wage. That's correct.
All right.
Good. The ching-ching was the minimum wage. The ching-ching was the pensioners. A lot of ching-ching, the youth economy and all of those. MSME, that was what ching-ching is all about. So I was saying, folks, next week, you all probably have seen them on my page. I went into an area at Patterson's Gap on Sunday. You want to play those two clips for me, please? That you have on the page. The before and after in Patterson's. If it's too late, we'll do it next week. But folks, I'm just telling you how I get things done. Went to Patterson's Gap, saw the place in a mess. The following day, done. Grass Street. Well, that video has over 300,000 views. So you all know what I did in Grass Street. I did that same thing in Georgeville. I concrete the bottom of the river. And now I would give any lady, I would say take 3 or 4 guys and just go and scratch it. No heavy equipment, nothing to the sill. That is how you bring improvement to the lives of people. We have done one portion of Grass Street. There's another heavy portion to be done, more expensive. But I'm hoping next time I could do it, so that all those areas, rather than all the rubbish accumulating in the drains, once it's concrete, we can just pass with a spade and clean. That's what I stand for. I stand for cleanliness, I stand for development, and I stand for a more comfortable life for the people whom I represent. And once it's in Central, rest assured, Central is on the right trajectory. We are moving forward, ever, backward, never. You want to take that call? Black Boy says he's not taking your call. Whoever is calling, sorry. Black Boy wants to go home. Folks, as I've always said, if God has blessed you, no one can curse you. Live clean, because what you sow, you are bound to reap. And tell them, be careful of the pit that they dig. It may just be their own. I'm Richard Frederick. I'm out there. See you next Thursday, God willing. Good night.
You're watching MBC.
someone competent and excessively resentful.
What do you suppose I want?
Me, without my crew.
We'll wait here. Ambush him.
Let's go back. No. We have to split up. Yeah, no time for long goodbyes. We've done some mighty things together. Goodbye.